SSBU.
Immediately starting Teb and Klaatu going up against Gohan and RG, two of the strongest teams back in Smash 4. Teb and Klaatu, back in those days known as Solomar, actually pulled off very impressive performances at a number of 2GG events, as well as doing very well in region. And having now all of these Olmar buffs on top of their just fundamental team presence with each other, I can see great things in this team's future. They did have to take out Trevante and Cerrone, another fantastic team, in order to make it into this top 8.
And so far, they're already doing fantastic here in Game 1. And one thing I want to highlight, G-Pick, is the fact that RG going with the King K role, opting not for the Villager. I'm just assuming that with the Mario at hand, he does not want to deal with his projectiles getting reflected.
Oh yeah, at that point, you can just turn it all around on him. And that, I think the other big point is the fact that he has all the armor as well as King K roll. He's hoping to armor straight through Teb's aggression, but so far it doesn't seem to be working.
It's definitely looking like that. This man has been spamming down smash over and over, going for a lot of the armor moves, and I don't blame him, but you do have to be careful with that armor mechanic. You can only take 3 hits.
Yeah. 3 hits or that threshold of about 28% as far as we figured out.
They're still not going to go ahead and take that. RG going to find himself right back off stage. Gohan sitting at 170.
That's actually, I'm surprised that stock is staying. Yeah, I was going to say, like, being caught on that platform with your shield up against Olimar, you're going to be eating a bunch of up smash
going
pressure.
for a ride right now. Like 3 uppers there, now staying at over 100, but King K. Rool being a big body, able to take all of this damage.
Right now, Klaatu actually have to make the hard call of, do you help Teb caught on the ledge against Gohan, or you try to finish off this K. Rool? Klaatu tries to finish off K. Rool, but he's just too heavy to get the job done. Luckily, Teb manages to find his way back on stage, but Gohan is still trying to keep that pressure up. The mentality, I think, being that, again, we have a plumber, and Gohan has a sword, going to keep that pressure up on this character that can't really answer it back.
Solomar gonna get that grab, the blue Pikmin up throw, gonna do it, and now he runs back to try to help out Teb. Just enough pressure to get in the way, and Teb able to land that forward smash as well. Blue team now, or yellow team, now taking a 2-stock lead.
Very, very slightly. I honestly call this just a single stock lead because there's like half stocks, right? Yeah. Like a single opening on either of these stocks makes them explode. So they have to still play this very carefully if they want to get a proper lead going into the final part of this game.
And Klaatu is doing such a great job just running around this King K. Rool, understanding the armor options are coming out, throwing out the Pikmin instead to get that damage, and just waiting for the openings and the landings there to punish.
Yeah. And we have already K. Rool approaching his own death percent. Once he gets about 140, 150, that's when his stocks start exploding in this doubles game. And this time, Klaatu trying to make up his mind whether or not Teb needs assistance, and he finally gets in there just at the last moment to throw in that up smash.
Klaatu again, just running back to this K. Rool, but ran up a little too early, stuck in that dash animation, got caught by the down smash.
The down smash is actually such a strong tool against short characters because so many they high profile when they down smash like K. Rool does. So
there we go, 2 up smashes online, taking those stocks. Teb, Klaatu, game 1.
But yeah, the new heavy down smash, right, where all the characters jump up and then slam down. Very strong tool against the smaller end of the cast because most of their hitboxes are going to be down near the ground when they try to run in a scramble situation, and that includes their grabs. So if you have a feeling they're going to do something aggressive, but you're not sure what, just tossing out that down smash ends up beating out whatever option they picked.
Yeah, no, because it goes right over a lot of the options, like you said, G-Pick. I mean, mainly they're at the ledge. If you are at the ledge, actually, you can go for that down smash. You end up going above get-up attacks, and you punish them immediately. Yeah. And then for K. Rool specifically, you actually have armor on it instead, so you will just eat that hit like it is nothing.
Yeah, if you try to go for a direct anti-air directly below him, you're going to eat it regardless. It's a very scary deal to deal with, and it's something that, Gohan was leveraging quite a bit, or ZG rather, was leveraging quite a bit in order to get a lot of kills.
Yep. All right, so we're going to be going into game 2 right now. You know what? I'm just thinking about this. I think Gohan had those same pajamas yesterday.
Are they good?
I just remember the emojis on them.
Oh,
yeah. This is good luck. Are you just trying to make sure you stay? You know what? Never mind. It's okay. We're going to Kalos as our counter pick, and we have Gohan switching over to the Ryu, a character that we don't see too often.
We have a double character switch because RG's also going back to his villager as well. And I can understand the stage a lot from the perspective of, okay, we're going to put a villager on, so we want to be able to control so much space with these slingshots and the Lloyd rockets. The Ryu choice I find fascinating, though. I'm wondering what synergy they're looking to exploit with their team.
Yeah, Ryu, a character we have not seen too often here in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, just because the character really has gone through a lot of changes. People are still trying to find out how to properly use his kit.
One thing that's interesting is while in the singles context, he's forced to face his opponents. Once there's more than one enemy, he's going to control just like he did back in Smash 4. But he's going to be edge-guarded right there, losing his first stock. RG caught on the ledge, and Teb expecting a very fast get up from the ledge there. It's a little bit harder to pressure Villager down there because he can just jump up in fair and cover a lot of potential wake-up pressures.
Yeah, so far, Yellow Team is just not worried about this Villager, really trying to put up a lot of the pressure on this Ryu, understanding this Villager going to hold on to the stock for quite a bit. And when he just gets off stage, it takes a while for Villager to use the balloons to get back.
And that helps set up your teammate, you and your teammate for a 2v1 on his teammate, instead of trying to cover that time-consuming recovery.
Great stuff from Gohan right there, just threatening Teb, making sure his teammate can come back. RG sitting at 153, cannot take another hit, and right there, Klaatu try to go with the S-Smash, just had no Pikmin online.
But both members of Yellow's team are holding on tight, and Gohan, in the meantime, he finds himself, that kill, but he's still bleeding right now at 98%.
Yeah, Teb just a little bit too far to go ahead and make it back. We have even stocks, G-Pick.
Even stocks, but, not quite. Gohan is going to need to play careful, and that's why he's kind of chilling behind this tree, just using it as protection. In the meantime, kind of forcing the Yellow team to be honest, like, hey, I can run up there and dash attack you if you do something too gross to my teammate.
The green team dropping that opportunity. Thought they're going to get a lot of damage. RG a little bit off the mark. Was hoping he's going to be off stage to drop that bowling ball off the ledge.
Oh, yeah. That could be very strong, especially against Olimar's recovery, where he's kind of forced to float down in a lot of situations and rise up, since the skies are so contested in doubles.
Yeah, Ryu's still a big body, able to live through 2 hits of the Yellow team. Eats a neutral air as well, but Tatsumaki allows him to come back to the stage. Shoryuken.
Almost
that is the issue with that. If you end up going a little bit too close to the ledge, you end up going a little bit too far to grab it afterwards. Because with Ryu, you actually don't get a lot of drift from Shoryuken.
But RG's idea of dropping the bowling ball as soon as he saw that was really clever. But fortunately, gravity, all things fall at the same speed, right? That's still true in Smash?
I hope so.
It's definitely not. But
okay, good awareness right there coming up from Gohan. Ends up using the platform to his advantage off that Shoryuken, trying to not get punished.
Oh, no punish on that get up. It's so much pressure on Gohan. And at this point, this is looking like Yellow Team's game to lose, because they have a full stock lead on both members of Green Team, and they're at death percent. Yeah, already the Gohan stock exploding. RG left alone to contend with 3 stocks.
Here we have it, sandwiched in between both members of the Yellow Team. Now he finds himself off stage, trying to go aggressively to Teb. I do not blame him. An up throw. Not quite going to take the stock, though.
Teb trying to get in position for a dunk right afterwards because he knew it wouldn't kill.
Speaking of dunks.
But instead, Klaatu finding himself his purple dunk and taking the second game in this set. Right now, Klaatu and Teb are just looking so dominant against RG and Gohan, but we've seen already a complete shift in their entire team dynamic from Game 1 to Game 2, so we might see something else entirely, and maybe this final experiment will work for them.
Yeah, the Ryu pick didn't quite do a lot. I was expecting a little bit more. He got a little too overzealous with a lot of the Shoryuken attempts whenever they were at kill percent. I think he fared a lot better with the Roy. Love to see the Roy to go ahead and come back, just because those disjoints really disrupted what Teb was trying to do. Because you saw a lot of times in that first game that Klaatu had to come back to save Teb a couple of times.
Yes, exactly. And that's the sort of pressure that I'd like to see.
Ooh, but going to the Cloud instead, getting an even bigger disjoint.
Yeah, Gohan taking your advice and saying, okay, I need to go in the opposite direction that my earlier counter pick went. And in this game, Cloud still does a fantastic job controlling space, and he doesn't get to keep his limit forever, but you still do have that threat of the various limit moves at, off of conversions with grabs.
Yeah, but he finds himself off stage, able to go ahead and come back, already sitting at 50% after the white Pikmin ends up making contact.
We have Klaatu caught on the ledge, so far doing an okay job, and of course Teb having to contend with Gohan's threat range before he can even do anything to save his partner. But we're going to have Gohan land that limit cross slash, not nearly as strong as it was in the previous game. It would have probably, if not killed Mario,
been close to death,
far further to that blast zone.
Bowling ball barely off the mark. Spot dodging away from the up smash attempt from Klaatu. Understanding is such a fantastic tool for him, especially sitting at that percent. Klaatu would be able to go ahead and combo it.
Klaatu just... I love part of the Cloud pick that's so great is also the mobility that Cloud gives as well. Compared to the Ryu, Gohan is able to do so much just by existing in front of the teammate while RG pulls off his edge guards. Just like there, Klaatu kept far too busy dealing with this cloud just zipping around his face, and Teb did it.
Yep, and Teb using the parry to get past the last hit of the limit cross slash. The downer going to take that stock off the top.
Now it's Gohan's turn to be
He's off stage, has to be careful. I like that Klaatu was expecting the early recovery to go ahead and try to catch him at the top of the downer, but Gohan going straight close to that stage, ends up kissing it and doing the reverse up B instead.
You got to find those little creative things. Whenever you have a linear recovery, you got to do whatever it takes to find that micro mix-up.
I like the attempt right there, trying to combo off of the jabs from RG. Limit cross slash just barely off the mark. Oh no, you go up top yet again.
He's fine, but the important thing to note is, despite all the chaos we're seeing, it's Klaatu who's holding on to his very first stock still, even though everybody else has died at least once. And with RG's percent, he eats one more purple attack, he might be biting it too.
Yeah, because Klaatu's just doing a great job mixing up his recovery, not going straight up and allowing RG to get that bowling ball, waiting it out a lot of the times and just punishing him afterwards.
It's the fundamental difference between him and Mario's recovery, where when the roles were reversed and it was Klaatu being kept busy on stage, we saw Teb die immediately.
Our Klaatu is sitting at 154. Limit is online. Has to be careful. Do not want to get close to this cloud. The cloud only has 15 seconds to use this limit charge this time.
Yeah, you tried to go for that finishing touch to take out Teb's stock, but Teb was managed to just get right away from it at the last moment.
An up air trying to set up Teb. Teb just unfortunately unable to go ahead and catch it. He was still in a little bit of end lag.
Overall, Yellow Team still in a great position, even though they're currently off stage. If they can just find one strong punish on Gohan, they're going to be able to convert into a 2v1 very quickly, just like that.
The strong punish, the down air again coming off from Klaatu to take away that stock, forcing the share stock.
And there we have RG on his last stock at 130% as a result. So if they can find one clean hit on this villager, just like that back air, we have the 2v1 with 4 stocks now ready to be used up against a single cloud. And there's no way this cloud could keep up the limit for offensive pressure and then still have it ready to go on defense. So I like Gohan's idea. Keep the bar nearly full, so once they convert him off stage, he's going to have his escape option ready to go with limit climb hazard. Trying to get both of them with that limit blade beam, not going to pay
out. To get rid of it, leading to that down air. It doesn't matter. Unable to recover, and Teb just running off just in case.
Maybe getting that footstool, you never